What's happening, everyone? TomGorian here, and welcome to the penultimate race of the RFL Season 9 Championship on F1 22. This is the comeback race because I've literally decided to take a Mika Hakkinen sabbatical of this game for the last 3 or 4 races, and now I'm back for the penultimate and next week's finale, title deciding race at Saudi Arabia. But today, all eyes are on the comeback race. This is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the Yas Marina circuit, infamously known as the track that I span at last season. So hopefully we can do better than literally bottling it on the final lap of the race today. If you want to see the complete bottle job that was last season's race, link will be down in the description. Also, make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe for more F1 League Racing content as we move over to F1 23. Beginning next week, believe it or not, F1 23 will be out next week, so look forward to that. Make sure to like and subscribe for all of that jazzy stuff. Anyway, let's talk about this race. The comeback race, the penultimate race of the RFL Season 9 Championship. And yeah, I have not been playing this game since, early May. I haven't played this game since like early May, so like this race was like the first proper time that I've been literally competing again. Practice, yeah, I don't really know what to say about practice, because realistically practice don't really mean anything unless you're on a upmare and you need to sweat 1,000 laps to get a world record or something. But coming into this race, I really didn't have any expectations. I just wanted to be competitive and just try and score some type of points. Top 5 in the race, that would have been, the goal was really I wanted a top 5 finish, and in qualifying maybe top 6. That's all I really wanted to see as far as where my pace is. So we're looking forward to seeing what we can do in this race. So entering qualifying here, first lap on the soft tyres, as we do a 1 minute 23.9, which is literally second to Aiden, but notice how Aiden is on the medium tyres. And that is the story of this race. Aiden was doing a Max Verstappen in this race, to the point where he literally had a 5/10 gap on the rest of the field, and we just really couldn't understand why he was gaining all that time. But entering the final lap of this qualifying session, and this first sector wasn't really the best sector. There was some time left on the table there. As you can see, I'm already half a tenth down as we enter literally this hairpin, where somehow I can make it all back, but literally once again I'm just too cautious on the exit, and we're literally at half a tenth down as we enter sector 2 right now. I literally changed the differential to 60 so I can get more rear stability, entering the slow section into 3rd gear, and then literally early shift into 4th. But as you can tell, once again we're still down, and track evolution is not really helping us as we enter now literally the beginning of the fast right hand, the fast left hander. But here's where the time literally starts to come back on our side. We literally gain 800ths of a second, and now it's literally over a tenth. So now we've gained all of our time back in sector 3, and now we get a beautiful run out of the 3rd to last corner. Can we keep it flat? It's just a slight lift. Entering the final corner, trying to nail the apex into 3rd gear, and we literally gain another couple of attempts, and we literally do a 23.6 as our best lap time. We don't really know how I did as far as last season is concerned, because last season's race was really a sprint race, so we didn't really do qualifying. So it's literally P4 on the grid here in Abu Dhabi, and I'll take that. I'll take that quicker than Kryto, Vapid, Angelo, and Scott as well. Sora, yeah, I don't know how those guys are literally doing high 23s. But I'm just going to make the excuse and saying I haven't been on the game since literally May. So I'm literally a couple temps down maybe. So as we enter this race, I just have no expectations for this. I just want to finish. I mean, if I can finish this race, that will be literally a good start to this race. Anyway, lights out for the sprint race in RFL Season 9. We're getting rid of this format next season. I don't know why. Coming in towards turn 1, the two Mercedes have squeezed us and we have been spun. Oh, God, man. That's annoying. That is annoying. Not even one sector in, and I've already been taken out by both Mercedes. I know Vapid's literally had out for me since Australia, but that Josh guy, what a knobhead. Anyway, now, through no fault of our own, we're going to have to try and come back in this race to see what we can do. As we've got TGL Mansell in the Aston Martin. For some reason, we're getting a lot of new guys in this league as we get ready for the 10th season of RFL on F1 23. We get the DRS and we get past them. So, we're clawing our way back into this race. Kryto, Skull are on the medium tyres because they don't understand the rule that if you use all 3 sets of the soft tyres, you're going to be racing on the mediums in a 5-lap race, so that's kind of pointless. We do the switchback on F1 checkout and we make the move work as we try and get close to Raven Skull on the final lap, but we can't do that. So it looks like it's going to be 8th place unless Skull literally bottles it the same way I did, but he survives for now. Entering the triple right-hander, and yeah, there's not really any way we can overtake Skull literally around here, so we can try and just send it down the inside in towards the final corner, and that's what we're going to try and do. We got a good run. Can we send it down the inside? And Skull was being a little bit cheeky there. He literally turned in on us on the final corner, so it is P8 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So, not the best sprint race after we got taken out. I mean, it could have been 4th, but we got taken out, and that's all, you know, that's quite annoying. But entering this race, all I want to do is literally make it to the end with no damage, no penalties, no nothing, and just have a nice, clean and consistent race. We're out of the championship, so that means we've really got nothing to race for anymore, but hopefully we can come into this race with some pride and dignity. Anyway, we're getting ready for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for 5 red lights, and away we go for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in RFL Season 9, and as typical, we get a absolutely horrific start in towards turn 1, taking the inside line on the hard tyres. Yeah, there's just something about this game where I just can't get good exits or good starts, especially against those on the soft tyres. Look at Kryto trying to go down the inside of Angelo, and also Scott as well, with Aiden and Vapid as well. I don't know how they've got, you know, great starts and I haven't, but coming in towards the first straight here at Abu Dhabi, I'm going to try and defend against F1 Checo, but they're nearly 4 wide, entering this chicane between Vapid, Scott, and also Kryto. Massive amount of contact there between Scott and Vapid, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is front wing damage, literally right there. Scott is now hounding Kryto, as I'm actually hounding Angelo, as we're going to try and go around the outside in towards the fast left-hander. We're going to give him room, and as you can see, a little bit of contact, and there goes Angelo into the wall. Yeah, and that's another thing that really annoys me with this game, the fact how the contact model in this game is a pile of shit. Yeah, I mean, you literally saw the contact. That wasn't enough for Angelo to literally spin, but thankfully, we literally talked it out, and yeah, that's pretty much a racing incident. That's not really his or my fault. So yeah, we continue with the race as we set a 1 minute 28.2 as the fast lap in this early part of the race. TGL Mansell, the guy that we overtook in the Aston Martin, has retired and has brought out a safety car. The first safety car which could play in our hands, but it's quite early on in the race, so some drivers on the mediums can now literally go to the hards and potentially go to the end. But we're going to do the complete opposite now. So now we have turned a 1-stop race into, you know, effectively a 2-stop. Because now we're going to go on to a set of mediums. Notice as well, Kryto overtaking Vapid in the pit lane. That's cheeky from him, and you're allowed to do that in RFL, so fair play. As we come in for our box, 2.2 second pit stops, and away we go back onto the mediums. So the strategy from here is now to literally go until lap 16 or 17 and then box again for another set of medium tyres and then literally just go to the end of the race. But anyway, entering the final corner, away we go once again for the restart, and now it's now equal running because most of the drivers are now on the medium tyres. Entering turn 1, Vapid is all over Kryto as we're going to try and somehow think about making a move on Vapid, but there's just a lot of battles and a lot of fights going on in towards this fast left-hander. Kryto gets Skull and Vapid also gets Skull as well, so we're going to try and just hang back and just try and react just like that, and there goes Skull spinning into the infield, and I believe he might have got a damaged front wing because of that, and Vapid being the dirtiest driver in the world, that should be a penalty, but Skull literally didn't send it in because he's a knobhead. Anyway, coming in towards lap 10, and just I'm starting to find my rhythm now. I'm starting to find my groove in this race, and there's another safety car. So that's 2 safety cars in the space of 6 laps in this race. Now the strategy has completely changed. We were scheduled to box on lap 17, but now what we're going to do is we're going to go back onto the hard tyres. Kryto does the same thing to Ryan that he did to Vapid, and he overtook him in the pit lane. So Kryto is literally being cheeky in this race. But yeah, that doesn't help. That clearly doesn't help. My teammate literally coming in before me, and I've lost around about 5 seconds as we do a 1.9 second lap, 1.9 second pit stop, and that would have been fine if Ryan didn't block us in the pit lane. So we have now effectively lost position to Angelo and also Finns in this race, which is very annoying. But hey ho, what can you do from 9th on the grid? So away we go for the second restart of this race, and now we're going to try and go to the end. If we can try and go to the end on the hard tyres, that would be wonderful. But considering Finns, Angelo, I think Vapid and Scott all have fresh hards, and I have a fresh hard on, a fresh hard, yeah, emphasis on the word hard, a fresh hard on, yeah, we might need to box one more time because the tyre wear is a little bit mad on this track. But anyway, coming in towards lap 14, Checo makes a complete and utter arse of himself in towards turn 1, and Angelo mugs him off, but actually he actually defends quite well until this little straight, and we're going to get F1 Checo in towards the hairpin. He overshoots a little bit, goes a little bit wide, and that is our position all day long, P8 in the bank. So lap 15, coming in towards the halfway stage of this race, and Vapid is on a fresh set of mediums. So instead of fighting Vapid and losing time, we're just going to let him by. There's no point in really trying to fight Vapid. He's literally on the mediums, even though he might crash me out or crash Angelo out because he's knobhead. But we're going to let Vapid go, and we're going to see if he can slow down Angelo. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the DRS to literally just save our fuel and save our ERS. And I know it might not look like it there as far as like saving our ERS, but in my mind we're just extending the gap to Scott. And some reason Vapid has made a complete and utter arse of himself in towards that chicane, so we're going to try and attack him. He's literally had a shite exit, so we're going to try and go around the outside in towards the fast left-hander. Hopefully we don't spin. Can we hold it around the outside the same way we did with Angelo? And the answer is a big emphatic no. We can't do that. So coming on towards lap 18, literally 11 laps to go, and the gap is around about 7 tenths to me and Vapid. Vapid is getting held up by Finns and also Angelo as well in 5th place, as Sora has retired from the race, and he has crashed on the exit. He's crashed on the exit of Latifi corner, so that is a third safety car, and that has saved our strategy. And now the strategy is now simple. We're going to go from the hards. We're going to take these hards off, and we're going to go for a fresh set of mediums to the end of this race. So Angelo is in, Vapid's in, Scott's also in as well, as we all box on a fresh set of mediums. I think the only one that has actually went onto a fresh soft set is Kryto, but he didn't see my video last year. You can't take softs 10 laps around this circuit. So, for the final time in this video, away we go for the restart of this race, and now it's literally all guns to the wall now. It's literally balls to the wall for the end of this race. Can we send it up the inside of Vapid? The answer is no, because obviously the DRS isn't enabled until right now. So Scott is now all over us, and we have to try and somehow attack Vapid whilst defending from Scott. And speaking of Vapid, there he is. We're going to go down the inside of Vapid in towards the fair chicane. We go slightly a little bit wide there, but we do get a good exit, and the move is complete. Now, lap 27. Scott is now all over us, and we're not going to make it very easy for him as we enter the exit of the chicane. I thought he was going to go for a switchback there, but he's actually held it around the outside, and now we're going to try and drain all the battery. Ryan nearly gets taken out by Scott there, but Ryan has a lot of battery. He's going to make a free wide in towards this fast left-hander, and there goes Scott. Scott has spun on the exit of the fast left-hander, and I don't really know whose fault that is. Look, I don't know what Ryan was trying to do, trying to make that free wide. I mean, I literally talked to him and he had like 60% battery. So, he had a run on us, and it's just dumb driving. I don't know what Scott was trying to do, trying to send it down the inside like that. He isn't the car ahead, and he didn't have enough gap to try and send it down the inside. Why did he leave his nose in like that? But anyway, speaking of dumb driving, here comes the dumbest of them all, SFR Fins. He gives himself DRS, and he's literally lost in position on the final lap. But he makes an absolute terrorist overtake. So as you can see, he's coming with the DRS, and about 10 for the corner. And notice how I literally have to open up the steering, because he literally just Verstappens me down the inside. I'm literally going to send that instant into the stewards, because it's just dumb driving. Like, why is he trying to overtake me when he has a 3-second time penalty? I don't get that at all. If I turn in for the corner, I just crash into him and lose my front wing. And thank God I literally opened the steering, because if I didn't, I would have damaged my front wing, and that would have been my race over. But anyway, P4 in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That is a wonderful result, considering that we only did like 4 hours of practice, and we hadn't touched the game since early May. So to come home with a P4, that's not bad. I think I only got like one warning. I don't even think I got any warnings in this race. That's mad. But yeah, 4th place in this race. Not a bad way to come back to RFL with one more race to go, and I finished ahead of Vapid. So it looks like the race for 4th place is truly on, as Snipes takes the win in Abu Dhabi. Angelo gets his first podium of the season, and everyone's happy, so they deserve a cookie. Anyway, that's that for the RFL Season 9 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the comeback race. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe for more F1 22 and F1 23 content when the game launches next week. That was a fun race, a lot of battles, a lot of overtaking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. In a bit.